Welcome to the slice of the show that tackles your questions about getting the best out of travel. Coming up, Memphis to New Orleans by train, plane or automobile, and the best European city break at Christmas. But first, rail travellers in France can expect faster journeys from July thanks to new stretches of high-speed line west from Le Mans and southwest from Tours. I've seen the advanced timetables, and the beautiful Breton city of Rennes will be less than 90 minutes from Paris, while Bordeaux is barely 2 hours from the capital, saving 75 minutes on the current trip. Passengers to Toulouse, Biarritz and La Rochelle will also save time. Next, John Kay asks,
we're planning our second trip to South Africa this summer and want a beach location as well as a trip to the Kruger. We were considering Mauritius, but have also looked at Mozambique. Do you have any recommendations?
Even though Mauritius is south of the equator, it's at its best in the northern summer, and it's easily combined with South Africa thanks to frequent flights from both London and Johannesburg. But I think Mozambique is also very accessible and equally rewarding. From London, Michelle Abels asks,
in the summer, we need to travel from Memphis to New Orleans. Should we go by train, plane or automobile?
Michelle, take the train. The distance between these two great cities is almost 400 miles. You'd imagine there'd be direct flights between Memphis and New Orleans, but I can't find any. And a connection via Atlanta would involve a big detour. The road journey is straightforward, due south along the I-55 freeway and takes 6 or 7 hours. But it's not one of the great American drives, and when you arrive in New Orleans, the parking can be challenging. So instead, I recommend the train south from Memphis at 6:50 any morning you like. The city of New Orleans rolling down beside the Mississippi for most of the day and arriving, in theory at least, under 9 hours later. And you can experience the marvellous American Railroad for as little as $49, available on most days if you book in advance. From his home in Brighton, Ian Robbins is planning a trip to Elunda on the Greek island of Crete, staying in a villa.
The owner wants to be paid in cash. I'm somewhat wary of taking bundles of euros with me, but don't want to be stuck without any spending power. What's the current situation with ATMs?
In my experience, electronic banking is not to be relied upon in the Greek islands. Whether you're seeking to pay for a restaurant meal or a hotel bill, or withdraw money from an ATM. Given the very low crime levels on an island such as Crete, I'd happily take euro notes. In my experience though, exchange rates in the resort aren't brilliant, so I advise shopping around in advance. You might find that paying up front through one of the bureaux de change at the airport and then picking up the euros when you leave is a good strategy, but changing cash at any airport is rarely a brilliant idea. Finally, Mrs. Shaker tweets from Aberdeen to ask about a Christmas trip.
Where would be a good place to go for a European city break between the 23rd and 27th of December? We thought Amsterdam or Prague.
Amsterdam is my choice because the wonderful Rijksmuseum is open every day of the year. In many other cities, the 25th of December along with the 1st of January are days off. Christmas Day is an excellent time to see the collection without the usual crowds, and for my money, the finest distillation of the golden age on the planet, with Rembrandt's Night Watch rightly getting pride of place. Elsewhere in the city, many shops will be closed on Christmas Day, but in all the usual tourist areas, most cafes and restaurants will be open and suitably festive. In terms of getting there, Amsterdam has excellent links from across Europe, and you'll also be able to travel around happily. Dutch Railways operates the same basic schedule every day of the year, and most city transport will also be working. Whether you're watching in Washington or Ouagadougou, the Travel Show is here to help. So email your question to thetravelshow@bbc.com and I'll do my very best to find you an answer. From me, Simon Calder, the Global Guru, bye for now and see you next time.